Right, so here we are at the gardening club again. It's another cold, crisp morning, and as you can see, there's some hard work going on. But we've decided to talk here about history because, as you know in the first video, Tony found out about a soldier who died in the First World War, whose plaque is up in the hallway just in the church there. And so he's done a little bit more research. This is what he's found out today. Hi, Tony.
Right.
So what?
I actually found a picture of William Carter now. It's a very useful website, and there's a picture of him with a little biography. Again, giving his address, Glenlee, Chorlton Good Neighbours, which is 28 Cavendish Road, which is now, as you can see from this map, I point out on the map, Cavendish Road is where it's now Chorlton Road.
So where did you get hold of this old map from?
It's one of my own personal maps.
Oh right, okay.
I've been a bit of a collector of maps over the years. I just seem to accumulate them. I think this was one of my grandmother's old maps.
That's a really useful resource to have, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah.
It's interesting just to see how Chorlton has changed and how the names of the roads have changed.
Yes.
So you actually, did you go and see where the house is?
I did actually. It's a very big house on Portland Road. It's a detached house standing in its own grounds. And it's on the corner of Harsington Road and Portland Road.
So yeah, somebody's living in that house now, not even realising. They're part of history.
Yeah. Right, it mentions on this biography that he attended Manchester Grammar School, and that was my next port of call. I went onto the Manchester Grammar School website and found that they have an active archives department, and I then emailed that archives department, and very kindly they've sent me a reply which details further information about William Carter. He did indeed attend Manchester Grammar School between 1910 and 1913, having previously attended South Manchester School, which was a preparatory school linked to Manchester Grammar School. I'd like to find out where South Manchester School actually was. I've never heard of it. I'll make some more inquiries about that.
Are you planning to go and visit the school?
Yes, on next Tuesday I've arranged to go and actually consult the archives there myself. I doubt if I'll find very much more out, but one never knows. Sometimes you can just see something extra, some little snippets. But also the email they sent me details that William was employed by Lancashire and Yorkshire Bank, having left Manchester Grammar School between 1913 and 1914. Manchester Grammar School Archives has confirmed that, having joined the army in December 1915, he served for a short time in Egypt before being transferred to the Western Front. The Manchester Regiment actually got evacuated from Gallipoli in late 1915 to Egypt, so obviously he went out to Egypt as a reinforcement for the casualties that they'd had at Gallipoli. Having got transferred to the Western Front, I've just confirmed the details on the plaque. He was killed in action on the 6th of September 1917, aged 20. I found some information about Private William Carter's uncle, which may be of interest. He actually was recorded in a local paper as being a debtor who had absconded and was before the courts.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently he came down from Scotland with his brother and became apprenticed to a travelling draper, and it gives an account of the practice which the court official was very disparaging about this practice. Anyway, he was found to be a debtor who had absconded. Apparently he went in 1884 absconded to America, where he worked, among other things, as a cowboy in Montana.
Really? Oh my God.
And it details all that in this report.
That's a great story. So William Carter's father, he was quite a rich man, wasn't he? Is that something that we'd kind of decided?
That was his uncle, but his father is also recorded in local papers. He was recorded in one paper, I think it was the Manchester Evening News, this one, or it might have been the Manchester Courier. He was actually the executor of an important man's will. He would be an important man because in the early 1900s, most people didn't leave wills. Unless you had a fair amount of money, you wouldn't be leaving a will.
So that's really, in a reason, that's why the plaque is there in the church for William Carter.
The man had money.
And that's why we've been able to actually find out about this man's life.
It's actually an account of the death of William Carter, and I found this on Ancestry. It's actually been posted on the Ancestry website by relatives of a Carl Ashley, who was born in Salford and was in the same battalion as our man. The morning of the 5th of September 1917, the battalion was in reserve position at Toronto camp between the Belgian towns of Ypres and Poppery. However, this was no rest period, as during the day they undertook sea parties, bringing supplies and rations to the Lancashire Fusiliers in the front line. Sergeant Robert Derbyshire kept a personal diary during this time, which is now held by the regimental archives, which permits the use of the following extracts. September the 5th, Wednesday. Nothing much doing until about noon, when Jerry then started up. Put up a barrage on our trench. Most awful. Dick Griffiths, with his section 9 altogether, got a 5.9 shell to themselves, and out of the 9, only 2 were living when we were able to get to them. And one of these had both legs blown off, and the other was wounded in about 40 places. Every bone in Carl Ashley's body was broken. Nick Carter had a hole in his stomach as big as a dinner plate. Dick had the left half of his face and left shoulder and arm blown clean off and was unrecognisable, except for the 2 stripes on his right arm. A more ghastly sight I never saw, and I don't want to see again. This happened about 1 p.m. and Jerry was still dropping shells into our trench. However, the shelling slackened off until about 9 p.m. when he opened out again for about 15 minutes. So up till our report going in at midnight, we had 1 officer, 2 NCOs and about 30 men killed or wounded.
Wow. It's just deeply powerful stuff, isn't it, when you hear it?
really is, yeah.
And that's the amazing thing, isn't it? We think about the fact that all you saw was a name on a plaque, and through doing all your work, you've actually found something very personal that gives you a real insight into what it was like to be there. Thank you so much, Tony.